He is Super Bowl winning quarterback Russell Wilson. How are you, Russell?
Rich, it's good to be on the show, my friend. How you doing?
I am better for talking to you. Thanks for calling back in. I appreciate it. What was it like to be part of a game like that where you're firing back at a young quarterback who's firing back at you like that?
Well, it was definitely a battle back and forth. It was a fun thing to be a part of, and the key thing there was we got a huge win. So there was it was pretty big.
Well, I mean, so when you're on the sideline, were you aware? I know because sometimes you were probably just looking at the tablet, chatting with your coaches, and then suddenly you have to run back on the field. What, or were you watching Deshaun Watson at any point during that game, Russell?
Well, no, I really kind of just focus on getting ready to go back out there every series, and really sitting down with Coach Bevel, sitting down with Austin Davis, and communicating about what our plan is and how we're going to go attack them. And so that's what I'm doing, in those moments. But it was cool to peek up at the screen and just to see the level that Deshaun was playing at was pretty cool as a rookie. It's pretty impressive.
Well, you would also know firsthand what it's like to play impressively as a rookie and start balling out before people expect that. What did you see again in your opponent when you had a chance that may have reminded you of yourself in your rookie season, Russell?
Well, I think he's a true competitor. I think that. He's played in big moments, big games. He's been in a national championship. He's done things, and he's calm. He's nothing that kind of gets in the way of where he's trying to go. I think they've got a great quarterback for a long time there, and I think he'll be a star for a long time. And he works hard. So I love watching the guy play.
Last question for you on him: did you chat with him after the game at all?
Yeah, we actually talked beforehand and after too as well. And Deshaun is a guy. Actually, funny thing is, my old trainer used to train Deshaun too. So we've kind of been in the same worlds before. And so we're gonna probably get together this off season and work together. We talked about and just I can be around him and vice versa, and we can continue to push each other.
Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson joining us here on the Rich Eisen Show, and your team got you new left tackle, Russell. I mean, what do you think of the acquisition of Dwayne Brown, who you saw protect Deshaun just a couple of days ago?
Well, it's crazy how fast it all happened. I mean, you think about it, he was just here in Seattle playing against us. He should have just showered and stayed here and kept his things here, but he had to go all the way back to Houston. But I think obviously Dwayne Brown is a Pro Bowl tackle, all pro type of tackle. He's really special player. He's a grown man. He's done it for 9-10 years or whatever. So he's definitely going to continue to bring even more leadership to our team and which is exciting to see. When you think about that, I think that he's a tough-minded person. He's from Virginia, so he's right down the street from me. Actually, he grew up, went to Hermitage High, which is in Richmond, Virginia. So he's a VA boy. So I know he's gonna bring his A game. You think about all the guys that we've had, the guys that have in our offensive line this year. They've been battling. It's been really cool just to watch those guys, really step up to the plate and allow us to win, these games so far. And to add Dwayne Brown to the mix can be great.
So has this offense, it's just, again, to me, just watching from my couch or from sitting there at the NFL Network, it looks like the offense is clicking better in the last 4 weeks than it did the first 4. What has it seemed to you to be, Russell?
Well, I think Rich, we always want to be on a constant progression, man. We always want to keep growing and keep building. And we've played some tough teams. We've come up with some huge wins. We've done some really cool special things. But I think for us, it's all about steady wins the race, man. It's staying the course, and just continue to build and keep working. And that's where great things happen. It's all in the work, and there's no secret sauce. It's just the work. And I think that's where guys are really, as a team, offense, defense, special teams, everybody, that's where we're really buying into it, and things are happening in a good way.
Couple more minutes here with Russell Wilson. I've known you since you were drafted, obviously, out of Wisconsin, and you were kind enough to be on my first televised podcast show that I'm on right now.
You were kind enough to have me, Rich.
Well, I mean, you were. It was obvious what was going on in Seattle with you. Certainly, when we were told that we only had a few-minute window with you because you were going to be in the film room the entire time, and that's something you don't hear about from a rookie. But that said, I mean, how has fatherhood changed you, Russell? How has that changed you now that you're in a different part of life here?
That's a great question, man. That's a beautiful question. I think that when you have kids, and first of all, I'm a stepfather, so to be able to love a child that's biologically not yours, and just to love that kid, there's no greater love than that. Just understanding that, and just embracing that and loving baby's future as if he was my own. You know what I mean? And it's such a special thing and relationship that we have. And then in terms of having baby Sienna, it's the greatest miracle of all. Watching a baby, form and watching a baby, come out, and then ultimately, seeing how Sienna's now 6 months, and just God is a good God, and I thank Him every day for that. And just every day I come home, no matter how good the day is, no matter how not so good or whatever's going on, you come home and you see these kids, and they smile from ear to ear, they run up to you, and it's a really, really, it's a humbling thing, and it's an amazing thing, and that's what life's really worth living for, and all these things, it's, at the end of the day, the effect and the love and the care that you can give your children is the most important thing, because they're going to be the ones to affect the next generation. And that's my prayer for our world, is that, fathers and mothers can love their kids and show them the way.
Is that part of the reason why you're speaking out on socially active things and issues more than perhaps before, Russell?
Well, I think there's a time and place for everything. I think sometimes I don't think that's necessarily why. I think that it's been an interesting time right now, and just the only way that we can fix the world is to love the world.
One last question for you, Russell. Wisconsin's sitting there at 4 overall. Nobody's talking about them. Everybody's talking about Penn State, Ohio State, my alma mater, Michigan, which we're going to face each other in a while. Why do you think that is?
I think that people get bored with consistency. You can't get bored with consistency, nice. Baby. You know what I'm saying, Rich? You just gotta stay the course, man. And Wisconsin's been cool to watch over the years. I think Paul Chris, first of all, is doing a phenomenal job there. He was great when I was there as an offense coordinator, and amazing coach, and just amazing person, and great leader. Really coached his guys, really loved the game. And, I think Wisconsin's doing that just now. Their players seem to really be in love with the game. And I'm sure that starts with Coach Chris.
And last one for you. What do you think of Jose Altuve, Russell? You being an infielder, somebody who's been talked about in his career about overcoming, shall we say, vertical challenges in life. What do you think of his play?
Jose Altuve is going to be one of the greatest players of all time, hands down. I mean, he is a true superstar. He's doing things that are unbelievable to watch, and the way he's hitting the ball, the way he brings passion to the game. He elevates his teammates. So it's fun watching this World Series. I mean, can it get any better? I mean, watching the Dodgers versus the Houston, Astros, it's pretty amazing. And then you think about it too. We got Justin Verlander is going to be on the mound. He's actually a good friend of mine. I grew up with him down the street, and my brother played with him too as well. And just watching Justin, ever since he was 10 years old, 14 years old, 18 years old, all the way through college and everything else. He grew up 15 minutes down the street, and the thing about he's got a chance to win a World Series where he deserves to be. He's one of the best pitchers in baseball and one of the best pitchers of all time. It's gonna be cool to see. It's going to be a great game.
Well, I mean, your game against Houston, in a way, was similar to the Houston Dodgers Game 5 that played out, where it just went back and forth, and whoever had the last at bat was going to win. So, congratulations to that, Russell, on that win. And I always appreciate chatting with you.
Well, it's always an honor, Rich. I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Okay,
Go Hawks.
you got it. There's Russell Wilson.
For more Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Rich Eisen Show app.